All right.
Are we ready to go, bud?
We're ready.
All right, we're live. All right, we're back at Hoagie's Garage on another Wednesday night. As always, I'll read through our sponsors real fast. We got Morning Sun Marketplace out in Thomasville, Pennsylvania with Rick and Sue Fritz. Got to be the biggest thing I've ever seen for a flea market, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
Kinda
three
cool.
like football-sized field sheds.
Sheds plus
Farmers
outside
market
spots
outside.
and
Yeah,
buildings.
it's crazy.
It's insane. Hawk Wings up in Jackson, Minnesota. Build you a wing for whatever you want to race. My Race Pass, got to have it. The information that's available on there and the stuff you can get, you can listen to different announcers about the races, and I don't know how many tracks they cover. 1,000 tracks? I don't know. It's a lot. Kaiser Wheels down here in Alton, Iowa. Be Wiser by Kaiser. I've seen clips of their improvements.
Oh
it
my
was
gosh.
like there were semis backing in with stuff. And
Yeah.
So I'm waiting to see what that all is now. Kudum Auto Sales over in Inwood, Iowa. Man's got 25, 30 pickups sitting there. He likes his pickups. R&K Insulation, also over in Inwood, Iowa. Spray foam, bat, blown in, pretty much every kind of insulation, they'll do it for you. Houston Speedway, Mother's Day, bud, is like a week and a half away.
We're right there, Tope.
We are like to the point. We get a little taste of racing Friday night at Rocky,
Yep.
and then we get a race again following Friday at Rocky, and then we're to Houston's, and we're just a little bit excited about the season starting around here. Fulkins Brothers Trucking, can't thank them guys enough. And of course, they do haul livestock. Give Trim a call, and got to thank them every time for what they do for everybody. S2F for start to finish. They cover Port City, bunch of Power I, several other events. I didn't pull it up tonight on the phone, but we'll do that next week again. And then Hero Haven, we always want to thank them for what they do for the vets and first responders, because now we're doing it in the Hero Haven. Hero of the Night is in Houston and also at Knoxville now. And then, of course, Lumber Lounge and Garage Bench Racing with Shane and Snow. He did his live show today at noon. I missed the live
Had
part.
Austin McCarl on.
At Austin McCarl on. It's a good show. I listened to it later. A lot of good information on there. It's a good listen. Look them up and give it a shot.
All right, here we go. Hey, we're back at Hoagie's Garage, and we're lucky enough to have JJ Hickle on. JJ, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good, man. It's good to be talking to you guys.
You bet. What does JJ stand for?
Joseph Jesse. It's just my first and middle name, and I've just always gone by JJ pretty much my whole life.
There you go.
Well, we shortened mine Steve, and I go by Toby, so.
I have a dog named Toby.
Yeah, I've known a lot of dogs named Toby over the years, so.
Yeah, he kind of looks like a dog. So.
Well, some days are better than others.
So, JJ, quick tell us a little bit about yourself. Where you living? A wife, any kids, anything like that?
Yeah, I live in Knoxville, Iowa now. I mean, I grew up racing all around the West Coast, but I'm from Washington State, and I live in Knoxville, Iowa now. And, yeah, no wife, no kids. I have a girlfriend. I actually live out on her. She's got like a really badass property out here, and I live in her garage. Actually, it sounds funny, but she's got a nice apartment set up there. And so I live out here on like a bunch of acres and help her take care of a bunch of dogs and chickens and all sorts of stuff. So I'm like a farmhand on my off days.
Well, that ain't all bad. There's worse things to do than that.
No, it's good living.
Yeah.
I get whenever she's out of town, I get to keep all the chicken eggs, every night. So it's worth it.
You can't beat fresh eggs.
Absolutely.
I mean, it always amazes me. We get fresh eggs from different people, and sometimes we don't, so we got to buy them uptown. And you take a fresh egg, and you got to whack that thing on a pan to break the shell. You hit a store-bought egg that hard, and you got crap flying everywhere. It amazes me the difference in that.
Is there any chickens that aren't fun to grab an egg from?
Well, I mean, honestly, they usually just leave them, and then whenever I go out there at night to put them in, I just pour all their food, I dump their food into their spot, so they get up and go get their food, and then they come back and probably wonder what happened to their eggs.
Yeah. That's one thing I've never, I grew up on a farm, but we never had chickens. So I can tell you.
I got one chicken story for you.
Okay.
I got stories for everything, bud. Harold Meester had chickens, had 20, 30 of them. They're gone on vacation, so he hires me to get his eggs and milk his one cow. And so I'm getting chicken eggs, and he had one or two of them. Them damned old bags wouldn't leave the coop. They'd sit and then they'd peck you every time you try to grab their eggs. And I said something to my grandma about that. I lived just down the road. She said, just grab them by the neck and throw them out. So they'd peck, I'd grab them by the neck, and I'd toss them out the door, and everything went good after that. So if you get a bad one, JJ, just grab it by the neck and throw it out the door.
Yeah, some of them are pretty ornery. I'll say, like there's some roosters and stuff, and they're little sons of guns. You know, you got to charge at them, and yeah, it's pretty hilarious.
That's probably 45-year-old advice. I was in my teens when Grandma gave me that, but I'll never forget it.
How did your race? Ooh, I can't talk today, Tobe, like normal.
What's new?
How did you start your racing career?
You know, my dad raced when I was a kid. He raced pavement late models and like street stocks and stuff like that, and just always, you know, go in circles at the shop, go in circles wherever, little big wheels and stuff. And then as soon as I was old enough, we started racing quarter midgets, and that was pretty much the end of his career. And we just raced quarter midgets all the way through until basically I was able to start racing sprint cars at the age of 14, and kind of slipped through some cracks there with like some birth certificate work and stuff, because that was before you were allowed to race at 14, but just to try to get some laps and whatnot. And so started racing sprint cars at 14 around Grays Harbor Raceway, and just kind of learned there for a couple of years. And then after that got a ride, and just kind of was able to expand my sprint car career and get to go kind of all over the place since then.
So quarter midgets to a sprint car. What size sprint car did you jump into?
Yeah, well, so we had one mini sprint track in the whole state of Washington. Deming Speedway is an absolutely phenomenal place to go race, but it's every Friday night, and it's like from where I lived, it's like 4 hours north across a ferry and everything else. So it was not practical for me to really go do that. We tried a little bit of the junior sprint stuff and whatnot, but we jumped right into a 360 sprint car, and honestly, I feel like it was probably the best thing. Like, I see a lot of guys get into the 305 stuff and the sportsman stuff, and then kind of struggle when they try to get up into the 360. Yep. I mean, similar to the 360 to the 410, but I feel like the 360 was kind of a perfect next step. I mean, it'd be good to do mini sprints and stuff. I'm not saying you should go straight from quarter midgets to sprint cars, but I do feel like just getting laps in and learning with the power of the 360 was good in the long run for sure.
Well, was it Shane?
Shane Stewart.
He said down there, you know, he runs Port City. He basically recommended that it'd be best just to go from the micros or midgets right to a 410, just skip everything in the middle. You don't learn any bad habits, he said.
I would totally agree. Like, I mean, there's a lot of nights where I do something, I'm like, oh man, it's just you learn. I've raced so much 360 stuff, you know, that you get out there in the 410 and you kind of revert back to some bad habits that you definitely pay for in the 410. So I would agree with that. I think if you learn how to race a 410 sprint car, after that, everything else will be pretty relative and, you know, not necessarily easy, but it's never going to get any harder.
Yeah. I got it, Bud. We got one more chicken comment. Fritz commented. He said, yeah, my grandma did that too, but usually they end up fried for supper.
Oops,
you might not want to do that with the girlfriend's chickens while she's gone, though.
Yeah, no, I probably wouldn't want to do that, but everybody does love fried chicken.
Yeah.
You can't beat it, really. You get someone that knows how to do it, oh, man.
You don't have to tell us, like, every place you've been, but where have you all gone for racing? I mean, where have you, like, called home?
Yeah, it's a pretty like straightforward, like, you know, like I started in Washington, I raced there, I had a couple of rides that took me over to Montana. I never really lived in Montana, but I would go back and forth there for about a season, and then ended up getting a ride down in California for Jane and Ivan Warden, and then that took me, their last year racing took me out onto the ASCS National Tour. Ran that deal in 2021. That led to me driving for Brandon Eikenberry in 22 at Knoxville. Then the next year I went and ran the All-Star Tour with Joe Sealing and Andy Potter as the crew chief in the 97 car out of Ohio. About 3/4 of the way through the year there, ended up moving to Michigan to race a car up there. And then basically last year at the beginning of the year was my first like living back in Knoxville again, and back full time at Knoxville. Last year was my second full season at Knoxville. Like I basically took a year and a half, 2 years off, and then came back essentially.
Okay. You bet.
And as long as you're back at Knoxville and talking about it, let's just go over the weekend a little bit. I mean, the car looked good over the weekend.
Yeah, no, I mean, I was super, super pleased with the speed that we had. Just even to unload with on the practice night, I felt like I had 3 to 5 tenths a lap faster than anything we could achieve last year. And we had a fresh motor in this year, different than we were running last year. And obviously that picked up. And I would just say kind of everybody doing their homework from Matt putting together a really meticulous, nice car to Blake and I, he's kind of my guy that helps me out all the time, just putting our heads together and figuring out how we can be better. And then honestly going and taking my licks and being lap traffic for the first part of the year here and just going out and racing the Dennis Gainey 6 car was, I think, really beneficial as far as just getting laps in. And
Yep.
yeah, to unload with that much speed, the first night I was excited, and then we pill drew pretty good. The second night, I think we were like one of the first cars out in group 2. Like they got the hot lap groups. Like we weren't in the first group, so we got a good hot lap session where it wasn't greasy and had good speed all night, man. Just super impressed with the motor and everything. Like to lay down fast time at Knoxville any week is awesome, and I've
Yep.
never done it. But to do it against an absolutely elite 65 car field is obviously feels really good, and it's just a testament to everybody involved. I mean, Maxim, everybody who, it's a Maxim chassis with an ostrich engine in it, and just Matt Morrow put together a really nice piece, and Blake has me comfortable. So it was just a real team deal, and it was awesome to have it all go that good. And, you kind of sneak through the heat race. I felt like Marks kind of outraced me there, but we were still good enough to run into the dash. And then draw the one is just when the racing gods are on your side, you got to kind of try to take advantage of it. It's like everybody like, oh man, so exciting to draw the one. I'm like, boy, there's only one way to go. I really hope just hang on and be strong here, because there's a lot of nights. I mean, I've said this a few times, but like there's a ton of nights where you see kind of a local like sneak into the dash and have a decent run, and then by lap 20 they're usually in 15th or so. And not usually, but that just feels like
it
how
happens
against those guys. So for at the end of the race to run 5th like that, just super proud of the team and just super proud of everybody. Like to be able to come out like that night 1 at Knoxville was just awesome. And then honestly, the next night we drew 79 out of 80, and I kind of came back to the pits. I'm like, well, I hope everybody cherished last night, because tonight can be a little tougher, And we weren't like to go out as late as we did. We qualified 15th out of 31, and we went out real late. Like I thought that was respectable, and it showed us like if we were to draw the 75 at nationals, like it's not a death sentence, but at the same time, with that field and kind of just how it felt like it's just tough sledding against those guys. We could never really overcome all of it. Like I got up to 6th at one point in my heat race, and then probably started pressing a little bit and then fell back, and then that just buried us in the B main and just mired and air and stuff, just behind other fast cars, and everybody's kind of just stuck racing in each other's bad air, and it didn't feel like it was super optimum for passing. Like, and I'm not complaining or nothing, but the track was pretty dry the second night, so you had to get your car really, really good to make ground, and it was hard to catch up to it once you were a little bit behind it, I felt like.
Yeah. And the last 10 laps kind of took rubber, so it wasn't, the feature was over at that point.
Yeah, exactly. And I was already in my street clothes at that point.
Yeah.
But it was basically damn near the mini nationals with the field that was there. You were missing a few guys from California and Pennsylvania and things like that, but it was a lot of fun for us. We probably should have drove down there, but
yeah, I thought it was just a cool race for all the fans. Like everybody loves to see, when the high limit and the outlaw guys get together and you get to see everybody race against each other. It's just, there's no better shows in motorsports, in my opinion. I mean, I love sprint car racing, but I think those are the best shows you can see in motorsports is when you get all the best guys together. And so, yeah, to see how everybody kind of stacked up. I mean, Knoxville's such a unique one-off place, but still to get to see them all race against each other is kind of a warm up for August. It's always great to see, and I think it's awesome for the fans.
Yeah, we weren't complaining, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's in a way, and it's not really a fair comparison, but it's almost like the Indy cars and the NASCAR guys coming together to race in a sense, because you're taking the best from both, So I I just think it's outstanding when, I think Knoxville has that plan very well and so does High Limits. They're at Eagle on that Tuesday, and then they take that weekend off.
It's a test
perfect.
and tune for the Nationals is about what it amounts to.
An early one.
And it's really cool. Like, I do like how High Limit, like, they schedule it so their guys can get to these big races that they know that they need to be at to make some money later in the year. Like, I do really like how they kind of pick and choose around and make it all make sense to be in the area.
Yeah. I was just depressed that Tuesday's race got rained out. I was ready for a midweek race again, but that didn't work.
So was I. I was looking forward to that one. I think that place has put on a good show every single time I've seen it.
And the Outlaws are done for this week already? This
yeah,
weekend?
see, as a guy that races weekly at Knoxville, it's like you don't really ever want to see that. It's like I love racing against good competition and everything, but usually when the Outlaws come, the purse goes up and everything. But for these weekly shows, like if a few of them decide to come here, that just, I'm all for it, but at the same time, it just makes our job harder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every week I learn something, but I learned something now. I didn't know they were done already for the weekend.
Yeah. They're supposed to really cold and rain the whole time. So,
well, we'll see if anybody shows up Saturday night then.
And I have no idea what makes more sense. I imagine a lot of them will go back to Pennsylvania, especially the guys that are kind of based out of there, because that's where they're at next.
Yeah.
I know they'll get some of those in, but we'll see. I wouldn't be surprised to see a few of them stay and get some more nights in at Knoxville.
Sure.
Absolutely.
And just going back to you racing weekly at Knoxville, you said you were 3 to 5 tenths faster than you were all last year. 3 to 5 tenths is huge.
Oh man! After practice, I was excited as hell. I mean, everybody was. The whole team's like, "Wow! Like we can compete." Because last year, like the last night of the year, we went 18th to 6th, and it just felt like there was several nights like we won like the most cars passed award. Like at the banquet, I'm like, "Well, hopefully we can qualify better next year so we don't win this award." Every night it felt like we had our race car really solid. I mean, obviously we're not nailing it, but we miss once in a while. But as a whole, I felt like we had a real solid balance of our car. We were just kind of lacking track speed early in the night. So to have that shored up and be able to kind of continue on with that speed as the night went on, I felt like was just huge strides for, the whole 2M team.
Yeah. No, it was an impressive run. And I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, if you got that much speed now early like this and that much over last year, I mean, that's going to make it a lot of fun. That's going to put one more car that's going to run up front regularly on the weekends.
I hope so. I mean, I hope it translates like that, because obviously it's easy to get up about the first night, but the second night we were kind of equally as disappointed. So but at the same time, that's kind of where my mind's at. Like I hope that we're way more competitive and racing in the front of the pack pretty much most of the time this year. That's kind of the goal, and that's what we're working towards. And that's, you're together for the second year now, and last year was a lot of feeling out. Now this year it's just everything feels good right out of the gate. So that's definitely we've got high hopes.
Yeah, there you go.
No, I said we are definitely looking forward to the whole season's getting started.
Yeah.
I mean, the winter doesn't seem that long, but it seems long at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, especially in Iowa.
After Tulsa and Chili Bowl and like the Classic end, it just seems like an eternity until we get to do anything.
Yeah. We were still watching some of the Australian races and whatnot on Clay per view.
Yep.
Yeah, Clay per view is great.
So I mean, obviously we're not watching them live because I don't run on that schedule. I'm too damn old to get up at 5 in the morning or 4 in the morning to start watching the races.
Yep.
So we just watch them the next day, but it makes it nice for those of us that like racing. There's something to watch anyhow.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So, what do we all got planned for this year? I mean, you're gonna travel out a little bit with the 2M to some different shows, or if you can, or.
Yeah, Matt last year we did I think 21 shows, and that included 2 nights at Cedar Lake at the end of the year, so 19 in Knoxville. And this year he said he'd like to do 30, so that's a pretty huge. I mean, that's pretty big improvement as far as percentage wise. We have basically a third of our schedule, so that's big. And so I think we'll go from Knoxville and we'll do quite a few, like almost all the races at Jackson. I think is on our schedule, and then as long as everything's flowing and going good at the end of the year, I think we're going to try and make a trip like hit Kokomo and Eldora for I think it's the 4 Crown at the end of the year.
Oh, yep.
So that would be great. I mean, yeah, just super grateful that he wants to expand a little bit and run a little more and go a little further. You know, I mean, his setup's really based around racing at Knoxville every night. We race, you know, he races a 360 car there as well with Ryan Giles. So he's definitely very busy. So yeah, that adding races, I'm very grateful for, and I think it'll be good. Just the more you race, the better it's all going to be. And then I plan to race my 63 car pretty much full time at Knoxville in the 360 division as well, and race it kind of around the Midwest whenever it makes sense, in between kind of basically some other stuff I got going on. Like I'll probably race the 6 car a handful more times here moving forward, and just see how everything plays out. But basically my goal is to be as busy and to be as active as I possibly can, but in familiar stuff if possible. Like I've got my car and Matt's car feeling pretty darn similar. The 6 car, I just got to make a ton of laps in that at the beginning of the year. I mean, we started the year out with 8 straight races or 9 races in that thing. So have a pretty good base and have a pretty good idea of how to get that car a lot more uniform with the stuff that we're already running right now. I mean, it's a Maxim and a Maxim, so we're kind of changing a few things just to make everything comfortable and just to make it a little easier for me to go from one to the other, because it is a little bit tough to, you know, me and Matt, I do double duty and we run different chassis, but at the same time, it's like we've got the same shock program. We've worked really hard to make it, like I've worked hard on my end to kind of make my stuff match his stuff in a lot of ways. And then same with, like, he's made his cockpits really comfortable for me. And so just trying to get all my ducks in a row, because I mean, it's great going to a lot of races, but man, I want to be competitive. Like the beginning of the year deal kind of it taught me a good lesson. You know, it was a badass opportunity that Dennis Gainey gave to Blake Cook and me, and we got to go travel around the country, but we didn't really have that much time to prepare for it. And we went and raced against all the best guys on like 3 or 4 months preparation. So we were, and we got exactly what we paid for. You know what I mean? We got what we kind of put into it, as far as we just weren't quite ready on the level that the high limit guys were. And so with all that said, it was a really good lesson, and we're just trying to get all our ducks in a row. I mean, Blake and Adam, my 2 helpers, have been working really hard, as well as Matt with the 2M, and just everybody's just, you know, working really hard to try and make it so we have the most successful season of, you know, that we've ever had together.
Yeah. Well, does that mean you'll come to Huset's at all?
I'll be at Huset's.
Okay. In the
that's the plan.
6 car or 63 car?
The 6 car.
Okay. Perfect. Then we get to say thanks in person. I always like to say thanks in person.
No, it'll be good. I talked to you in Vegas.
Yep. Of course, then somebody was chirping behind you there that you weren't supposed to come on our show because we were the competition or something. But
oh yeah, that was old Daryl.
So speaking of that, how's that podcast been for you?
Man, I love it. I mean, more than anything, it's like, I mean, I think Sam said it best. It's almost like therapy for all of us. You know, it's like we come home from the races, everybody's pretty wound up. We all have opinions on whatever, and you try and talk to your girlfriend or your wife or whatever about it. They just look at you like you're crazy, or, you know, I mean, just, they don't, you know, they just don't get it like the other racers get it. So it's awesome to just get to basically BS with our friends and stuff. And then I feel like it's gotten way more popular than any of us ever really imagined it would. And like, people really like it. And I mean, I have tons of people in the pits and stuff come up to me all the time, like, you know, me and Sam will be starting next to each other, like, ooh, could be something to talk about here, you know, like, like all the time, just stuff like that. And I think it's great. Like, it's funny. It's the funniest thing to me is how much hell I catch when I don't say God bless America in an interview, like in person, because that's like my podcast, I guess my slogan or whatever, because we're just idiots on the show. And I just think it's super fun that, you know, so many people actually listen, and it does, I think, getting to hear different guys' actual perspectives and stuff it's actually, I think it's good for everybody too. You know, me and Sam can go race at the same track, or, you know, like whenever Carl was on there with us a lot, it's like we'd race at the same track, and I get to hear his perspective and then kind of just, I think it's just, if you love racing, like we all love racing, I think it's just super enjoyable, and it's kind of just the camera being there is like a secondary thing, honestly.
Yeah.
So in case people don't know, that's the Drivers Project. And it's you and Dominic Selzy and who's Sam? I'm drawing a blank.
Sam Haferteep Jr.
Yeah, what the hell? Why couldn't I think of that?
And then Daryl Turford's like the main host.
Yeah,
and then sometimes like Jackson's our producer.
Yeah, Daryl's kind of the guy that tries to keep you guys in line or on a certain path once in a while.
Yeah, he's got some sort of like a beginning and an end, and then how we get there usually ends up being a little bit of a
free for all.
Yeah,
kind of like, well, that's why I like listening to it, because it's a little bit like ours, just with more famous people on it.
Yeah, way more famous.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, that's the great thing is like Dominic is so in with everybody. Like he's like,
Oh shit!
If we're like, we should get a guest, everybody's like, oh man, I love talking to Dominic. So it's like, it's funny. It's just really cool. Like the people we've been able to talk to, it's been really neat.
That's what we say every week.
Yeah. It's like, cool. We got JJ to come on. He agreed to come on.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. And
We're all happy with it.
Everybody just loves content. Like I told Daryl I was coming on here. He's like, yes, like I love all the content. Like I listen to those guys. Awesome.
Yeah.
We should get him on sometime, see what he knows about this. He can tell us what we're doing wrong, maybe, buddy. He'll give us some pointers.
Well, shit, told the list would be endless.
Well, we can cut him off after an hour. We don't want to get the whole story out there. But couple of comments on your old EJ Shoemaker. He said, JJ, great dude, can't wait to meet. Now, he's out of Ohio, I believe, or something. I knew one time, but he can't wait to meet you sometime. And I'll never get this name right. Jeff McConville. I don't know. He's come back and race the West Coast. He must have watched you out there. He wants you to come back to the West Coast once in a while.
Yeah, I know Jeff. I know. I used to race with his son Justin all the time.
Okay, how bad did I murder the last name?
You were close to like McConville.
Okay.
Oh.
Close is always good with me.
He's got a great first name.
Yeah, Jeff. Yeah, sure, bud.
Yeah, Jeff's easy.
Bud only said that because that's his name his mother gave him was Jeff. So that's
nobody calls me that except for my wife, but...
Yep. My mom and my Aunt Betty.
Yeah.
They call me by Steve.
Yeah.
I got like two people.
Yeah, absolutely.
But some people, if you leave a message like on a machine, if I'd say, hey, this is Steve, give me a call, they have no idea who the hell it is.
Yeah.
They wouldn't know.
Yeah. Well, my wife was from Hills, and we played softball against like all those guys, and we sent out wedding invitations, and it was my real name on there.
Oh, and they
Jeff
didn't know who
Missy.
he was marrying?
They're like, who's this Jeff guy? So
we thought you were dating Bud.
What?
Uh-oh. Hold on. I ain't going to try this last one. Lauren Leafbury? He says JJ was awesome in Montana.
Oh.
So they liked you over there too, JJ.
Oh, I had a blast in Montana. We had a lot of success. I've driven for a couple different guys, but I drove for Richie and Nubby Peterson out there like the most, kind of. And man, we had a lot of fun and we had a lot of success. It was good. Going to Montana to race is like going back in time like 25 years. It's just fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Montana's on my and wife's bucket list just for a drive sometime for a week.
Yep.
I've been in Montana
through the whole state for a week.
Well, yeah, but I've been to Montana a few times. My dad used to haul livestock. I'd get to go in the truck when I was little. But when you're hauling livestock, it's all out the window.
Yep.
Is what you're looking at. You
Yeah,
know, there's
I
no
like
stopping.
Doing the race car things.
Yep.
Unless it's a truck stop, you don't see it.
Yeah.
No, so I would like to go out there sometime and ride around for a little while. Take the
It's
back
beautiful.
roads.
Why number 63 on your own car?
So I raced for Jane and Ivan Warden in 2020 into 2021, and that's when we did the national tour. And it was going to be their last year ever of owning a race car, and so they were getting out of it. And whenever I started my own deal, like my number was always 3 for like most of my whole career as far as my personal stuff went. Like when I started my own deal, they were always a big part, and they still kind of help. They still definitely help me out quite a bit. Ivan does a lot of my engine work for me, and Jane just always is taking care of me. I mean, they're really close, like a family to me, really. It's like a mom and a dad a lot more these days than owners, but still huge supporters of what I do. And I just kind of kept the 63 as an homage to them. I look around and there's a ton of number 3s out here in the Midwest, and I just felt like the 63 is kind of what put me on the map nationally, and just as an homage to them, we'll just keep rolling with like the same same font and same style of number and whatnot. And just I felt like it was kind of a cool thank you to them.
Well, the car always looks good. It's easy to find on the track, and you can read the number nice and clear. Some of them, once in a while, they get a little too fancy, and I can't read stuff on it. And for an old guy, then that's not as good.
Yeah, I keep it pretty simple, honestly. I'm an old soul as far as like car design goes, and so it's usually try to just big bold number that you can see, and then just imprint the sponsors there and make design it with the sponsor logos, and basically I think it's the simplest and cleanest method to make it all look good.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you say, how old are you, JJ?
I'm 35 years old.
Okay. We were that once, bud.
Yeah. Listening to some of the comments on there, and and you keeping the 63, it seems like the places you have been and the places you have gone still mean a lot to you, and you must have represented yourself well everywhere you went.
Well, I appreciate that, man. I've been taught never burn a bridge. I mean, right now, like on my personal car is like the people who support me are like people like one of the main people is a guy that I drove for in like the 2007, 2008 season. And then other ones are sponsors I've had for probably over 10 or 15 years. It's all about relationships. Like once you get to know these people and they kind of get to know who you are, it's like, even guys that have fired me, I'm still good friends with. Like, it doesn't matter if they think, it's like if they don't think you can get the job done in their car or whatever. It's like you get to know these people, and most of the time, it's like I try to attack life in a way where I would be fun to be around most of the time. But it's funny because I think a lot of people who see me at the races think that I'm probably like a pretty ornery, like serious like guy, but in general, I try to be pretty fun-loving most of the time. 90% of the time, it's just the races is about the only thing that's like really serious in my life.
Well, when it comes to competition, it takes a while to calm down after a race or after an accident or whatever, and then they stick a mic in front of your face. You're gonna say some stupid stuff every once in a while.
Oh man, I couldn't agree more. And right now we're in like the rage bait era of that. I feel like, and it's just, man, it's tough. And I understand these guys. They want to challenge and get the good answers, and I don't hate it or anything. But it's definitely setting guys up for, to say something that's regrettable. But that's kind of our job. In my opinion, it's not the announcer's job to try to protect you or ask you some nice questions. It's your job as a driver to have enough composure to not represent yourself in a way that is going to make it detrimental to your sponsors or whatever, which is so much easier said than done. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
It's like, trust me, I'm like, oh yeah, it's real easy to be like, it's our job. You got to be real, mentally tough or whatever. But like they put a mic in your face and you've already got us feeling a certain type of way and everything else is happening. It's like, you definitely need to choose your words wisely no matter what.
Well,
this day and age, especially.
The adrenaline rush that you have to be on, after you're going 100+ mile an hour in a circle on the dirt, we can't even imagine it.
They should really let you see the replay real quick on their phone or something, because even like Schurenberg, the next day apologized for being upset once he saw the replay. But you guys can't.
I would actually agree with that. I think that's a really good point. Like, I think they have iPads and they're showing it everywhere on television before they got a mic to the guy. I think that's a great, I think that would be the most kind of fair way to let a guy have an opinion, because from the race car, man, like you can't see a lot. Like,
no,
and I'm not saying you don't know where the other guys are and whatnot, but there's a lot of times where it looks a lot different from your perspective. And then you go back and watch the video. You're like, oh, okay, well, never mind.
Yeah.
And you already said something and, frick.
And like you said, you can't see real well out of there. Your tear off is probably dirty. And it happens in tenths of a second. This is when this guy wiggles and you wiggled and you get together, and hell, you don't even know what happened sometimes. Probably, I don't know, because like I said, I raced a go-kart a little bit out at Fulkins. So that's close as I've come to racing. So, and that's not the same thing by any means.
No. What are you most looking forward to this year?
Man, I just think building on everything I've got going on. Like, I'm so grateful to be in the position I am. Like, this is the first year since the 2020 going into the 2021 season where I'm with the same team going into the next year, building off of what we've been doing. And that's kind of the case with the Mount Morrow 2M. That's definitely the case. And I couldn't be more excited about where we're at, kind of moving into Knoxville season starting. But then, as well as my 63 car, I feel like Blake and I have worked really hard. Now we have a third guy, Adam, there, and we've worked really hard last year to kind of get it up and running and off the ground. And this year, I feel like just to pick up where we left off as well. So I just think just to keep moving forward and keep trying to improve with what we've got going on everywhere, and then just get to do this 6-car deal. It's just a huge opportunity from Dennis. It just kind of allows me and my guys to just continue what we're doing, basically with all the same personnel and everything, just with a little more resources and better equipment. I get, way, nicer and more depth in equipment. So it's a really good fit right now, and I'm just super grateful to be in the position I'm in. And man, I got to tell you, this is the most excited I've ever been for a race season, just as far as I've got a lot of races scheduled, and we've got a lot of races that I feel like we should be able to go out and be competitive at scheduled, which is great.
Now, does Dennis have his own crew, or are you taking your crew for his car?
No, that's kind of what I mean by that being such a great opportunity. Is it's just he's basically given me and Blake the reins to just go out and race the car. I mean, he's essentially just providing us with the equipment that he has in his shop. Like, he's not putting anything into it or anything crazy like that. It's just he's allowing us to go out with his equipment and basically run the team just like I would run my team with my guys and everything. Like, he's very busy working and doing his thing, and so it works out good. Because his deal, like, it kind of looked like they weren't going to race this year, so everybody went, their own way and went on with their life or whatever. So he's got some stuff sitting there that's kind of ready to go racing in a lot of ways. And we've been there the last couple of days, just making sure that we've got it how we want it to be able to go out and do some racing. And so, yeah, it's just going to be me and my crew exactly how it is on the 63 car. And then we'll just kind of rock and roll and treat it like it's our own and try and have some success and make Dennis proud.
Yeah, and going back to, you were saying how nice it is to be with the same car and team for 2 years in a row. You look at the big picture, like the big series, with the High Limit and the Outlaws. The guys that are dominating have been with the same team for 4 or 5 years now.
Oh man, I point at that all the time. I mean, trust me, I couldn't agree more. It's like this game takes time. It takes working together. I mean, it takes resources. Everybody knows it takes resources.
Yep.
It's easy to be like, we don't have enough resources, but it takes a certain gel. I mean, you can put the best guy, the best driver with the best crew chief, and with the best equipment, and that doesn't just mean you're going to win. Like,
no,
everybody's got to be on the same page, and that's kind of I think one thing it's an invisible thing. I mean, there's no way to quantify chemistry, but it's a real thing that really has to happen.
Yep.
And that's a thing that you build over time with working together, just times and experiences kind of, in the trenches together.
And don't get me wrong, the guys that are driving are the top drivers, period, anyhow. Because,
Yes.
you could take me and stick me in Gravel's car or Thorson's car or something. Pretty sure we're not winning.
Right. No, I have all the respect in the world for those drivers as well. But yes, I mean, it's a whole team. The whole team is just, they're professional.
You take them guys and put them in a crappy car, they're not going to win either.
No.
Exactly.
So
it's like any sport. Like, you see these guys that are the cars that are running a little worse, and then there's like a new guy every year. It's kind of like these teams that are struggling getting like the first draft pick every year. It's like, these teams that got their established MVP don't need the first draft pick because they've got their guy.
They ain't even looking at the draft.
Yeah, no, it's just like any sort of sport. There's just levels to it, and I just think sprint car racing right now is awesome, because this time probably 5 years ago we had 15 teams at that level, and now we have double that.
Absolutely.
For the fan, it's awesome.
Yeah, we absolutely love it.
Yeah, we are just tickled to death on this whole thing.
Do you have apparel?
I do. Yep. It's all you can get it all through track threads.
Track threads?
Yep, trackthreads.com. I would assume they have all their social media. It's basically a they have like several different drivers. Like you'll go to there and then probably just click a link that says drivers and the JJ Hickle. And we've got 2M merchandise as well as 63 merchandise on there. We've got all sorts of cool T-shirts and wing panels and stuff like that.
Super.
I'm writing it down, bud.
Yep. And who are your sponsors before we go to rapid fire?
Oh man, well, the 2M car has got, they got Albach, Kim Morse, Keller and Associates. There's so many. I wish I was
That's
ready
all
for
right.
this part, to be honest
We
with
get
you.
it.
But yeah, no, the 2M, they've got great partners. Honestly, just everybody that helps out on that deal is huge. And then the 63 car, I got Rengen Earthworks, Windsor Construction, Dave Perry, Aphex Graphics. And like I said, the lists are super duper long, but I'm just so grateful for everybody. And especially like the biggest, the sponsors are the people who make it so we can go race, but also like just my guys, like Blake, Adam, Matt, Jeff, everybody who works on those cars and makes it so I can go get into a safe race car and do what I love, I think are probably they're really the unsung heroes that probably don't get enough credit. So those guys are just awesome.
That's great. That's great.
So we don't want to bother you too long, so we'll hit up some rapid fire questions.
He's got another podcast. We got to let his voice
what
rest
What
a
show
little
are
bit.
you on next?
It's always race day.
It's always race day. Okay.
There you go.
I think that's on like Twitter and YouTube. I'm not even sure, to be honest.
Yep. What's your favorite ice cream?
Oh, probably some sort of a berry, like raspberry or blackberry.
Oh,
So
I got
blackberry.
syrup. I got a syrup from a place over here. I buy just the syrup to take home to eat, so I don't have to drive all the way over there every time.
It's got to have like the seeds in it, like a
Yep.
blackberry milkshake with the seeds in it.
Yep,
That's
the real
good
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. I know you got some dogs out on the acreage, but are you a cat or a dog person?
Oh, I'm definitely a dog person, but I'm actually still hilariously a cat owner. Like I moved away from my house in 2021, and I just left my cat there for my one of my good friends, like my best friends growing up. He lives there now, and I told him like part of paying rent is just you got to feed the cat. It's an outdoor cat, and it's still just living there. It's like 14 years old, killing mice all the time and stuff. So
Good
I
cat.
am a cat owner also, but I'm just an animal lover, to be honest.
There you go. Do you have any hobbies outside of the racing?
I'm an electrician by trade. I don't know if that's necessarily a hobby. I go, I walk my dogs all the time. I go in the sauna pretty much daily. Not a lot of stuff to go do around here. Like I'd love to tell you I go golf and stuff all the time, but I like golf, but I probably golf like twice a year.
Yep.
Well, I think I golfed 3 times last year, so I beat you there.
Yeah, I love every activity, anything competition-wise, but nothing really that I nerd out on right now. I play some video games late at night, I guess would probably be it.
Well, maybe we better go down and take him golfing, bud. How good are you at golfing? We better ask that before we take you.
I try really hard to stay under 100, and I usually can.
All right.
So
Then you can go with
not
us.
Great.
Then you can go with us.
Yeah, I got a little cart that I set up so I can walk the whole time, so that way it's like good exercise. Because if I take the cart,
hell.
then I drink too much, and then I golf terribly. Whereas if I walk the whole time, then I won't drink as much, and I'll probably do a lot, have more fun.
You walk,
so I
we'll
don't
drive
drink
slow.
Yeah, that's perfect.
I've never walked around in my life yet, so I might have to as I get older. I'll need the exercise. But how about a favorite movie, JJ?
Man, that's a tough question, but I would say probably like the one that first comes to my head is The Italian Job. I had a Mini Cooper. My dad had a Mini Cooper in high school, and I'd always drive it. Like my friends thought they had these fast cars, and it was like 6-speed supercharged, and I'd always like smoke them in these stupid little wasn't like dangerous street racing or nothing. We just like race in a parking lot. They'd be like, "How's that thing so fast?" It was funny. So then when I saw The Italian Job with Jason Statham, who's just like he's always badass.
The new one.
I always thought that movie was awesome.
No, that is a good movie.
Do you prefer snow or rain?
Oh man, neither would be great.
Well, we can do that too.
Probably snow. I would say snow is there's quite a bit. Everybody has some fun in the snow at least for a day or two. It's just when it sticks around for a long time, kind of life gets harder. But fortunately, I'm not like an every single day, 40-hour-a-week electrician. But man, when it used to snow and I had a work van and we'd get like almost stuck and bring shovels and have to dig ourselves out. It was like if you get like 45 minutes away to a job and then your boss like, oh, it's snowing too hard now, you got to come back, and it wasn't like it just made life hard. So, but
Yeah.
if you're just being a kid and loving life, snow all day long.
Oh yeah. And in the racing world, you don't get as near as many races snowed out as rained out.
Yep.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
So, if you're going to be stranded on an island, what type of music would you have to have along to listen to?
Oh man, I would probably just have like every episode of like a Joe Rogan podcast. Honestly, like, I don't know. I'm not a huge music guy. I mean, he's the first one I thought of that's like 3 hours long, and you get kind of a little bit of everything. But
Yep.
I guess if there was just any kind of music I had to listen to, it'd probably be some like, man, maybe some like reggae.
Okay.
There you go.
Yep, that's island music.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you're on an island, you might as well die listening to reggae.
What favorite place to go out to eat?
Man, I like going to sushi, like, which sounds insane because I'm in the middle of the country now, but like out on the coast and stuff, sushi's awesome. But there's a pretty good spot here in Pella that is actually yummy sushi. But I like going out to, or like, I guess if you're gonna go out with some people to a show, I like the hibachi type of food. Where
Yeah.
they do the big show in front of you. I love that stuff.
I can do the hibachi, but I'm going to pass on the sushi. Maybe you should go have supper with Jamie sometime. Jamie goes up here. She loves sushi, but
Yeah,
we
no
give her
way.
crap all the
Yeah.
time. How about a favorite holiday?
Race day is how every kid feels on Christmas morning. Is how I feel every race day.
There you go. Love it.
I mean, honestly, I don't even know. Like, Mother's Day is a good one this year because of Husitz, but not really for like the right reasons, you know.
No.
I think I would actually say Christmas just because that's the one time that I personally go home and see like all of my cousins and all my
Sure.
little nephews and nieces and everybody that like
Yep.
all my loved ones basically from Washington like really don't go home enough. So I would say Christmas because that's the one time our whole family definitely gets together.
And then them little kids are always fun to watch open presents.
Yeah, and every year they're just like giant, you know. I mean, it's crazy. I've told them their whole life, you're never gonna beat me at Madden, you know. And then like last year, I got beat 28-0. I'm like, oh my god. I went and bought a PS5, and now I have Madden. So next year I'm loaded up again.
That's what he's playing
That's
at
what he's
midnight.
practicing it. Yep.
Yeah.
I know what JJ's doing in his free time.
How many speeding tickets do you have?
Man, like none. You should see. I mean, like my car is, there's really no even like appropriate way to put it besides just kind of a little piece of shit. Like it's like if you looked up like the most affordable car in America, it's a Nissan Versa, and I drive a 2015 model. It's like, if I tried it, like the speed limit out here is like 75. I never had any issues in Washington, but speed limit out here is 75. And that thing feels like I'm topped out, like RPM wise, at about 68. So you'll
Perfect.
catch me in the right lane following trucks for better gas mileage. So I can tell you, I probably had like 2 or 3 speeding tickets in my life, and not one in quite a long time. Knock on wood, hopefully here.
All right.
Drafting.
Yeah, drafting.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, what are you gonna do once you're like, I start listening to the thing. I got to turn my radio up just so I don't feel like my motor's gonna blow up. But it's the most awesome little car. Like, it's like I gotta, like, you know, it's got all manual everything, like the windows, everything,
Yep.
all the locks. But like, I love it. Like 40 miles to the gallon. I got like 220,000 miles on it, and I just take good care of it. And it's a great little car.
Hey, the electric motors, electric window shit don't go out if it's a hand crank.
Nope.
Exactly.
Fritz says Yamato's in Pella. Is that the sushi joint?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
There you
Leave
go.
it to Fritz to know. Let's see. Okay.
Yep, pretty good.
So you didn't have a lot of speeding tickets, but what's the fastest you've ever driven down the highway or, say, ridden with somebody down the highway?
I feel like driving wise, probably like only like 125 maybe or something in like a Corvette that I had. But I've actually was told the story that when I was like a little kid, my dad in the same Corvette went like 150 with me in the front seat when I was like very young, you know, like definitely child endangerment, I think is the word for it. But like I think I probably planted a seed that just made it so I enjoyed going fast or something. But
Or,
yeah,
or a,
150 is what I was told is the fastest I've ever gone in a car.
There you go.
maybe child endangerment, or at least a pissed off mom when you got home and she found out.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh. What's your favorite drink or beverage?
Man, I like vodka lemonade, like those Sun Cruisers or the Lucky Dog ones that
Yep.
go to they're pretty good. It's just basically the canned vodka lemonade and vodka iced tea type of deals.
Yep.
Last one.
Last one. So you just won the lottery, don't know what to do with all your money, and you're tired of driving your little Mercer or whatever that was you're driving. Is there a car, a pickup, a boat, motorhome? Is there something you've always wanted but you just ain't got the money to spend it on?
Man, I'd probably get like a real nice, like smaller style motorhome that's almost like a bit bigger than like the truck style, but like not a big old motorhome. Like
Yep.
the first size up, I'd get a real nice one of those, and then probably have like some sort of a merchandise slash like basically supply trailer for my racing, and just take that bad boy and live in it all the time.
There you go.
That would work.
That would
work.
That would. Well, JJ, thanks for coming on. Great start at Knoxville, and we hope you keep it up all year.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate the time, and it's always good to talk racing with some fellow people who love racing.
You bet. All
All
right.
right, you take care. Good luck the rest of the year.
Hey, thanks, guys. Hopefully we'll see you at Huset's.
All right.
well.
You will.
We'll find you.
Take care.
Yeah.
All right,
bye.
later. Oh, that was a lot of fun.